Hey everybody, welcome to Bead Table Wednesday. Hope you guys are doing good. I'm a few minutes late because I'll show you in a second. I was a little bit distracted, which is a good thing sometimes. So I'll give people a second to mosey on in. Hi Pam, nice to have you here with us. So Bead Table Wednesday, the week before Bead Fest, slightly crazed. Losing my mind because the summer's just flown by and I'm not ready, but I will be ready in 6 days. Hi everybody, welcome to Bead Table Wednesday. Hello Marisol, nice to have you here. Hi Cindy, how you doing? Glad to have you here. Hi Deb and Marie Louise. Hi guys. Hi Lynn. How you doing? Hopefully staying sane in the Mad City. And Sarah Jo. Hi. And Angie. Oh, you're going to Bead Fest, Angie. Woo-hoo. I'm so excited. I got so much going on. And I just wanted to play today, but I couldn't because there's work to do. But I do have a really fun project for you guys today. Hi Twyla. Nice to have you here. Oh, hello guys. Hi Marilyn, good to have you here. So, yeah, how are you guys doing on your Wednesday? Keeping busy? Probably not as crazy busy as me. Yeah, lots of stuff going on. Personal, business, all melding together this week. But I have a super fun project for you guys. Did you love these earrings? Aren't they so cute? Hi Lisa and Serena, nice to have you guys here. Welcome. So I'm going to show you guys how to make these little flower rings with pips, and we're going to stack them up to make the earrings. Of course, easy beginner project. Anyone can do them, whether you're an expert at jewelry making or just starting out. This is definitely one of those projects anyone can do. It's super fun, and if you work at a bead store, you're from a bead store, you have a bead society, you have permission to share this video and work on the projects together. So you guys can share this video with your bead friends and work on the projects together in the bead stores. That's totally cool with me. And I'm going to give a shout out to my friend Cassandra from Beads to Live By, who was my inspiration this week for these cuties, because I went to a trunk show at her shop. Which there's just something really lovely about shopping for beads in person. I mean, it's fun to shop online too, but shopping for beads in person can just really spark all sorts of new inspirations. Hi Anne from Gardan. Nice to have you here. So I had seen these little pip squeaks. So these are pips. They're glass check beads, and they come in all different colors. Hi Kim. Joellen, Cynthia, nice to have you here. Oh, yeah, I listen to videos while I'm working too, Kim, so don't feel bad. Work away. So, pips. I had seen them online. I had never really, they were cute, but I had never really been inspired to go out and buy any. I was like, yeah, what would you do with them? They just really had never really struck me, but when I was in the store and seeing a whole roll of them in all different colors, I was suddenly struck with the idea of what in the world can I do with these, because I love them so much all of a sudden. So bead crush, that's what happened. Kind of fell in love with these little pips and had to have them like in every color that Cassandra had at her trunk show. So so I bought them in tons of colors, and then when I got home I was like, okay, I've seen projects with them online where beaders like, you know, sew them into flowers and stuff. So I was like, how can I do something flowery with wire? Because that's what I'm about. I can sew with beads, but I'd much rather pull out my wire and have fun with my wires. So that's the story of how these little things came to be. And so pips are what we're going to be using. And I wanted to show you guys this too. Look, you can do a pendant with a stack of 3 or more of them. Isn't that cute? Hi, Cassandra. Yay, the store's joining me today. I'm so glad to see you guys here. I want to give a shout out to my mom. I don't know if she's here, but Mom, if you're here watching, hello. I love you. So You guys can do earrings or pendants. Super cool. And this is just a little cutie on leather, but you could do something more creative if you wanted to, more complex. So I showed you guys how to do the leather last week, and so this is with the round cord, same technique. So that's that. Okay, do you guys want to see why I was late? I was so excited. So if you don't know, which if you're not a close friend, you probably wouldn't know, because I haven't made a big stink about it yet, but now I will. It's my birthday week. Do you guys have a birthday week? I don't have a birthday day. I have a birthday week. Does anybody else have birthday weeks? Actually, our anniversary was on Monday, and my birthday's on Friday. So it's always been like my week. Because, you know, guys, they don't care about anniversaries. Although Jesse does remember it more often than I do. He's a good guy. But we've been married 24 years. It's crazy. No, I didn't get married when I was 16. And so it's my birthday, so I spoiled myself a little this week. And someone gifted me with a jig. And now that's a jig. Not just any old jig. And now that's a jig. So that's what I got. I'm going to show it to you guys. It's so cool. I won't take a lot of time showing it to you guys, because I'm sure I'll do videos later on doing some projects with it, because it's so much fun. I have to give it a try. But I'm going to show you guys the jig and all the good stuff that I bought for myself. Woo! And then we're going to jump into the project, because I know you guys are here to see the project. You want to see how much fun that's going to be. So I'm going to turn you around. Thank you for all the birthday wishes, guys. I really appreciate it. I share a birthday with my best friend Erin, Praise Hints, so happy birthday, Erin. And my friend Sherry Bacall from the Bead Cruise. And I also share my birthday with my little brother, who was born on my birthday. I tell him, give me my birthday back. He was born when I was 12. And so we've always shared birthday. After those first 12 that were all mine, it's okay. I'm good at sharing. And so let's get to this jig. I want to show it to you guys. I'm going to turn you around now. I'll look for comments, but sometimes I miss them. So if you have a question and leave a comment and I don't get it, I'll answer it back in the comments. Or if it's a really important question and I don't answer it right away, just leave it again and I'll make sure to get that answered for you guys. Okay, let's check out this jig. It's pretty awesome. I'm just going to turn you guys down here. And I did just like the instructions said. And let's see. Ooh, where is it? Can you see it? No, that's too far. Let me see if I can put this over here. If not, I may have to pick you guys up. Got this really cool bendable camera thing that kind of twists all over. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Duh. Such a dork. Okay, here's my jig, and I did just what you're supposed to, and I pulled it right out and hooked it up to my table. Can't wait to play. I wish I didn't have to make beads today, or I'd be playing with wire all day. And it comes with sorry, this is like the deluxe starter kit that it comes with. So it has all these little pegs, and then it comes with a bunch of little teeny tiny mini pegs too for wire wrapping, and screwdriver, and this is a wire lifter, and I forget the name of this because I'm so new to it. I think it's a starter of some kind. This is like what gets your wire working in the beginning, or hold on to it, something. But then this is what I bought myself. All the accessories. I don't know if you guys saw, but Brenda from Now That's a Jig had a big sale on her Etsy shop, and so I got like a bunch of accessories for a little bit over $100, which was like 70% off or something. It was insane. So these are all part of an arc maker, which makes big arcs of wire for like necklaces. And then I got some ovals and triangles, which I'm really excited about playing with. Woo! Then I got some little mini shapes. I got like a trapezoid, an eye, and a teardrop. And then I am super excited about these big, huge pucks, which are for bracelets, for bangles. So I got the extra large ones because, you know, this ain't a small wrist. So I got to make it so I can wear it in case it doesn't turn out. And so that's what I treated myself for my birthday, was all of these super fun accessories. I can't wait to start playing with wire and coming up with some designs and putting some humble beads, and now that's a jig together, because sounds like a perfect combination to me. Oh, and then I ordered this. Oh my god, I could lift weights with this. It's so heavy. Look at all this wire. This is I think it's 16 gauge. I think that's what I ordered. Steel wire. It's so heavy. So that is a ton of wire for 10 bucks. So if you're looking for steel wire, I highly recommend BrendaSchwader.etsy.com, and I will leave the comments for you guys for that on the art bead scene. Okay, let's get to the project now that I got to show you my good stuff. So if you are a Now That's a Jig girl and you think there's a resource that I need to see, a video, or a tool that I didn't order that I definitely need to splurge on, leave a comment and I will be glad to hear from you. Hi, Mom. Hey, Mom. Love you. I saw she just joined. Mom and Brenda. Hope you guys are watching. Okay, I'm going to get this a little bit closer today so you guys can see it really well, since we're working with such tiny little beads today. I want to make sure this isn't shaking because I think that affects the quality. Okay, so here we go. So, things you're going to need for this project are wire, and I have 20 gauge is what we're going to need for the earring part. Let me grab my earrings here. So this is the finished earring. So you guys are going to need 20 gauge for constructing the earring, and then 28 gauge wire is what I'm using to make the little flower rings. That's what I'm calling them. And how much wire do you need? Oh, I'd say about 5 inches per flower. And if you want to make, if you don't like working with a little bit of wire and you want to make sure you have lots of wire, just start with 6 inches. Like, wire is pretty inexpensive, so it's not going to cost much for you to pull out an extra inch of wire to get started. I'm going to move all this stuff off my board. Let's see. Just want to make sure you guys can see really good. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks good. All right. I'm going to take a drink of water. I'm super thirsty today. Okay, so for the pips, because I'm doing 2 stacks of pips, I'm going to start with a lighter color and then a darker color. And the first stack of pips that I'm going to do has 5 little pip beads on it. So I'm going to string on 5 little beads. And they have a hole at the top and then the petals at the bottom. They're so cute. So these are little check glass flowers. I guess they're technically one of those in the realm of seed beads. But they're just so adorable. So I got 5 strung on. Okay. And now I'm going to pull this wire around so it makes a little loop, and I'm going to string this wire back through the first bead, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm pulling the wire over and going through the first bead on each side, just like that. So I have one wire going in on one side and the other wire going through the first bead on the other side, and now I'm going to pull it tightly. And that's going to be the start of my flower. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with, it doesn't matter which one you start with, I'm going to start with this one right here, and I'm going to pull the wire inside my flower so it's going around the wire that's wrapping it all together, just like that. And I pulled nice and tight, and now I'm going to move over to the next flower, And so on the back it's going underneath the flower petal, and I'm going to wrap it around the inside wire again. And I'm moving to the next little petal. So what I mean by moving is that I'm pushing this back wire underneath the petal. And now I'm going to wrap it around again. And I've made it to this wire, so now I'm going to start with this one. And I'm going to do the same thing. I really recommend, if you have any issues with eyesight, to work with lots of light doing this project, because you don't want these little wires to be all funky in the back or wrapped around the wrong way. It'll just look much better. So use lots of light, magnifiers if you need them, whatever it takes, so that you can see these nice and clearly, because you don't want a lot of wire messily wrapped in between here. So you see how tiny that is? Like, my wire's looking pretty clean. And this is the back, so it's a little bit messier on the back, but that's okay, because it's still looking pretty pretty neat, not too messy. And I'm just going to take my wire cutters and cut off the wire as close as I can. And then you have two little pieces poking up, so I'm just going to press those down in between the flower petals. So this is going to be the back, and this is the front. Okay? So that's one little wreath, or what do I want to call these? Flower rings. That's what I call them. Better call them all the same thing. I'm going to show you guys again. So isn't that easy? Anyone can do this. It's such a simple project, such an easy beginner project, perfect for if you want to do something with a group of friends, or at a bead shop or a bead society. Feel free to watch the video and do it together. So I have my 5 pips strung on the wire, and if you're coming late, this is 28 gauge wire, and I formed it into a ring. Just want to make sure you guys can see that. So it's formed into a ring, and now I'm going to take this wire and pull it through the first bead. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side, only going through the first bead. And then I'm going to pull it nice and tight. When you're working with this thin wire, you want to make sure it doesn't kink, though. That's really important. If it kinks, you're more likely to have it break. And now I'm going to start on this side, and I take it from the back and pull it around to the front. It goes through the center, and I pull it nice and tight. Now I'm pulling this behind the petal so that I'm in the next little section between the petals, and I'm going to wrap it around the wire, pulling it through and pulling it nice and tight, and just keep repeating. So I'm skipping to the next petal on the back of the flower and then wrapping it around the wire that's in the center. And I made it to the next piece of wire, so I'm starting with this next piece of wire. I messed up there. Make sure you don't get your wires crossed. Like in Ghostbusters, don't cross your streams. Don't cross your wires. It's really important. Okay, Egon? Okay, so I'm going to keep going. And here I've made it to the end. So I'm going to pull these two straight up. Trim off the excess wire. And then tuck those little spiky bits down so they're not sticking out. Okay, so simple, right guys? Anyone can do this. I know you guys can do it. So I'll show you 2 more times. Well, actually I'll just show you 1 more time because I only have to put together 1 earring. I don't have to do both of them. Silly me. So the next one I am putting 6 beads on. So the next one is slightly bit bigger, and I'm putting 6 pips onto my 28 gauge wire. Same technique where I'm forming it into a loop, and I'm going to stick this wire through the first bead, and then on the opposite side putting this wire through the first bead on this side, and I'm going to pull it nice and tight. Just like that. And now I'm going to wrap these around. Pull it over behind the bead and wrapping it around the center wire, pulling it behind the bead and wrapping it around the center wire again. And these aren't too tight, like these little beads can still move around. You don't want them to be too tight because you want the beads to be able to move so that you can have them cascading down from each other. Okay, now I'm going to do this one. So I've switched wires, so when I make it to the second wire, I'm just going to start with the second wire. Making sure I push that underneath the bead so I don't have too messy wire work on the back. I'm going to do this a few more times because it's just a little bit looser than I really want it. So I'm probably going to go all the way to the other wire again. Okay, so there, I've made it around, and I'm going to trim off that excess wire on the back, and just with my finger I'm just pushing the little parts down in between the petals. Okay, so this is what you need to make the earring. To construct the earring, and here it is in case you didn't get to see it first. Okay, so this is the 20 gauge para wire, and I'm going to do about, I think this is about 6 inches. And I'm going to start with a loop at the bottom here. And okay, so I made that little loop, make sure you guys can see, and now I'm going to straighten the loop so that it's directly above my center wire. So I just bent it back a little. That'll help your earring look a little better. And now I'm going to grab onto that loop with the flat nose pliers or chain nose pliers. I'm going to wrap around twice underneath the loop, nice and tight, and then I'm going to do 2 on top of that to make the messy wrap, because that's my thing. Okay. You always want to make sure you end your wire in the back. So I'm going to trim that up and tuck in my little tail here. So just a simple loop. And now I'm going to string on a little flower. So, aren't these little flowers just adorable? So cute and tiny, way tinier than regular check glass flowers that you see. So I have my one little flower, a bead cap, and now I'm going to stick on my my flower ring, and it goes right through the center, just like that. I'm going to stick on the second one on top, and I actually think I'm going to turn this one around. You'll see when you put them on, they kind of fall better one way than the other. So if it's cascading down, around it, that's good. And if it's sticking up too much, you may like that look, or you can turn it around. And now I'm going to put on a little spacer, Humblebeads disc bead, just like that. And now I'm ready to do the loop on the top. I'm going to do the loop in the opposite direction of the first one. And I'm going to pull my wire over to make the loop. Grab on to the loop with the chain nose pliers. Wrap around 2 times tightly and 1 time loosely. End it in the back. And tuck in the end of your wire. So that's the basic flower. And then I just added a little dangle on the bottom. So I put a little flower on these smaller head pins. And I'm going to do a wrapped loop on this. So I'm going to start with my loop. And then I'm going to open it up and stick it on my bead. I mean on the end of my earring here. I'm going to close the loop and hang on to it while I wrap around the rest of the wire. And tuck in your tail. Just like that. Little cutie on there. And then now I'm going to put on my earring wire. And the earring wire and the bead cap and the pear wire are all from Vintage. And the Humblebead is from humblebeads.com. And the little pips, you can order that from your favorite glass store or Beads to Live By if you want to check out what they have available. That's it. How cute is that? Hi, Linda Langdon. Nice to have you here. I see you said hi. And so for the pendant, I started with 4 beads, then 5, then 6, then 7. And I did them in 4 different colors. So you kind of have like a little ombre effect too. And here you can see the color variation a little more on the necklace, on the orange one. So that's all there is to it. So simple, so easy. So on humblebeads.com I do have the kits for these, and I have them in 4 different colors. So I have the peach, excuse my reach, the periwinkle, and then I have mint, which I love this color. I'm really digging the new, it's a new color for me. And then, you guys like my stripes, right? Teal. So those are the colors that I did them in. And the tiny flowers, the tiny flowers I got from Cassandra from Beads to Live By. And Cassandra, I don't know if you're offering them on your Facebook page or if people can email you. Maybe you can let them know if they want to order them from you. That's the only place I've seen them. And I bought all of them. No, I didn't buy all of them. But I bought every color that caught my eye. And I bought multiple strands because I loved them so much. So I did get those tiny little flowers from Beads to Live By. But if you are having a hard time finding those little flowers, you of course could use the bigger ones too. They don't have to be the tiny little baby ones. So that's it. You guys excited? Think you can do it? You need to give it a try. Show me what you make. And we were thinking the other day that my aunt and I were talking that you could do them in browns and do like a few more rows and make like a pine cone. Wouldn't that be cool? So it's almost like a pine cone shape. So that would be fun. And the other beads, the little flower petal ones, are called pips. P-I-P-S. Pipsqueaks. No, I don't know why they call them pips, but that's what they are. And pips come in all different colors. And if you have a local beads store, of course, stop into your local beads store. You can check out beadstoliveby.com and see if Cassandra has any of these items. And you can message Sandra here on Facebook, and she'll be more than happy to help you. Cassandra is a super helpful bead store owner. She really really helps her customers a lot, so I know she'll take care of you guys. So that's it. Oh, did I show you guys this? If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I'm sure you've seen this, but we're getting ready for Bead Fest over here, so I got a tray of beads. And got a lot more on the other table that we're working on. I'm really far behind. I don't have enough stuff made. I will by next week, but there won't be a big birthday celebration this weekend. I told people I just want to go watch the sunset. That's all I need to do. Just take me to watch the sunset, and then I'll be back to making beads. Oh, so that's it, guys. If you follow me on my Humblebeads VIP group, we're taking pre-orders for those faux tin Van Gogh pieces, if you guys got to see those last week. So we're doing made-to-orders for those, so if you want to check those out, that's in my Humblebeads VIP group, and those were the Van Gogh. I did sunflowers and irises and starry nights and oleanders and a few other ones, so definitely feel free to check that out. Oh yeah, poppies and moths, so that was fun. So that's my VIP group, and then kits are on humblebeads.com, and I am really looking forward to seeing some of you guys next week at Bead Fest. Oh, and before Bead Fest, before the show starts on Friday, I'm joining Candy Cooper and Jesse James for their tailgate party that they're having before Bead Fest opens. So they have like coffee and donuts and sales and treats, and I'll be having some giveaways. I'll have a little apron my pockets will be full of little treats for people that come up and talk to me. So definitely come visit me at the show for the pre-show party, the tailgate party that we're having in the parking lot. It's going to be by the Globe, which there's a huge Globe in the parking lot, and that's where this tailgate party is going to be. And it will be Candy Cooper, Leather Cords USA, Jesse James Beads, a few other places I'm not even sure exactly yet. And so all of us will be out there with goodies to give away, specials. There's a flyer that will have coupon codes for our websites. So definitely come out to the tailgate party, and we have coffee to wake you up before you have to go bead shop. And so that'll be fun. And Candy Cooper is a ton of fun, and so I know she'll really bring the party. And so that's it, you guys. I'm going to play with my jig for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to go make beads for the rest of the day. And so, yeah, you guys definitely have to go to Bead Fest. It's a really good show. It's smaller than Bead and Button, but it's filled with really good vendors. So I highly recommend it if you are on the East Coast and can make that trip. All right, guys, show me if you make some little stackable flowers. Get creative. So I did 5 and 6 for the earrings, and then the necklace went from 4 up to 7, getting more each row as I went. All right, guys, I'm going to go get creative. I'm going to play with my jig for a few minutes, and then back to making the beads. And I won't see you guys next week, because I will be on an airplane heading to Philadelphia on Wednesday. But I will see you guys the week after Bead Fest. Thank you for the birthday wishes, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.